Hey folks, Quilly18 here, and welcome to, yes, finally, a Let's Play for Factorio. I have done quite a few videos for Factorio over the years, including some, like a very, very, very early Let's Try Factorio, super pre-release state, even before the, before multiplayer was in the game and everything like that. I've dabbled with Factorio on and off. I've never completed a game of Factorio. I've never gone past maybe the like, just past the early phases, you know, entering into a bit of the mid-game with Factorio, but that's about it. So very much this is going to be a learning experience. One of the reasons I've always hesitated to do a proper series for Factorio is because I know there are people who are, they're kind of allergic to, like, the learning process. I don't know if you guys have, like, really high standards for me and you expect me to just be, like freakishly perfect all the time, which clearly doesn't make any sense whatsoever if you've ever watched one of my videos ever. But I know what's going to happen in the comments. People are going to be like, "Oh, cringe. Oh, I can't believe he, you know, ran his conveyor belts this way. Doesn't he know it would be 6% more optimal if he did this or that or whatever, or the layout is, you know, slightly flawed because in, you know, 5 hours he's going to need to develop something with, you know, plastics or something, and then he'll be screwed." Well, I don't know yet because this is going to be a learning thing. So you guys are just going to have to, like, you know, just be cool and everything like that. I mean, it's going to be the same thing as most of the time what happens. Factorio is going to be a game that's going to be way beyond quite a few people, and other people who have played Factorio are going to be way beyond where I am, right? And so there's always going to be that. So remember, there's a mix of people who watch these things. So I'll try not to screw up too badly, but please be patient with me if I do. So if you don't know, Factorio is a building game. It's sort of a survival-ish kind of thing. I mean, you know what? Let's just go into it. We're just going to start with a new game. I'm going to leave everything on default over here and be good with that. It's going to feel a little bit at first like sort of like a 2D Minecraft, right? Oh, we're sort of going to go around punching trees and rocks and stuff like that to get resources. But then it quickly changes beyond that, where you're really building automated factory processes. I am kind of digging this start. So if I'm not mistaken, this is stone, that's iron, coal, copper. And we've got trees, and we've got oil to the north, a little bit to the south. Not a ton of oil, but that's okay. I think we've got everything we need for an early start over here. I am pretty happy with that. So here's our little character. We can move around with WASD. We can zoom out quite a bit over here. And to start off with, I am going to go, and I suppose I'm going to go and, well, not punch rocks, because I could, although it'd be quite slow. I am going to go and craft a iron axe. We start with 8 iron plates in our inventory, as well as 1 burner mining drill and 1 stone furnace. So I'm going to produce 1 iron axe, which I have just done. It auto-equips over here, so therefore I can get stone a little bit faster. And I'm going to pick up, I don't know, like 10 stone to start off with, and then we're going to leave this area. Hopefully the smacking is not too loud. I suspect it will be just a scooch too loud here. So let me go and sounds. I'm just going to bring this down just a wee bit here because I think it'll be too loud, and I'll recheck the volumes after this episode has been recorded. But there we go. So we have hit 10 stone in our inventory now. There it is. So we're going to use that because you can use that to build stone furnaces, which we will use later on. The other thing we're going to want is a wee bit of coal over here. So coal can power a lot of devices, including, let me get a little bit of wood here. Only 2, that's not going to be enough for, oh, it is, for a chest. It can power a lot of devices, like these burner mining drills, for example. These things need fuel, and you can fuel them with, say, coal, and they will just mine whatever they're on top of. In this case, it'll be coal. And you can see it'll drop a little piece of coal down there, which I can pick up by hitting F, so now I've got another piece of coal in here. I could also go and put a little chest over there. The piece of coal that was underneath it automatically goes in. You can control-click on a chest to pick up the inventory from it. You can hit Alt, and it'll show you what's inside. And if you control-click, like you can drag things like this, if you can control-click, it'll also automatically put things into the thing. So we're going to add some more coal in here, so this keeps going, but it keeps mining more coal for us. So there we go. So we've got that going on, and that is swell. So while that's happening for a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and whack at some of this iron ore over here. Now, people who speed run this can get their... The ultimate goal is to build a spaceship and leave. And I know that people can get, I don't know, like under 6 hours. I don't know what the record is. It's probably something like 3 hours or something ridiculous like that to burn through the entire game. If I even manage to beat it, which is a big if, it'll probably take me something like, I don't know, 30 hours or something like that. We'll see how it goes. I have no idea. We'll be learning a lot along the way. So, hammered out a lot of this, which is great and lovely. We're going to get more coal. Now, I have all this iron ore. You can't use this directly. If I want to build stuff, I actually need them to be steel plates first, which you can see over here. Now, I can't build them myself. They're read out like that, right? I can't build them on my own. This recipe cannot be crafted by hand. It takes iron ore. It has to be made in some sort of furnace. Now, again, the game starts me with one, which is quite lovely, so I'll put that there. It needs fuel, so I will put in the coal, and then needs something to smelt, or I guess. So we're going to put the iron ore in there, and it will start to produce iron plates for me, which is great. And whenever I want, I can just control-click on this to pick up any iron plates that are sitting there. We can grab more coal. I'll make sure this gets topped off, and there we go. So we've got a little bit of an engine going on. So I'm going to let that develop, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up a little bit more stone. I realized that I didn't do anything with the stone I already have, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to build some more stone furnaces, because that's actually one of the components also required for the mining drill. Okay, so I want to build more stone furnaces so that I can build more mining drills. So I'm going to do that now while the smelting is going on. I know, this is very exciting at the start of the game. But we are going to be doing things less manually as we go forward. So there we go. So let's get a couple more stone furnaces going on. And I think that'll be a good start to get us a little bit bootstrapped in here. All right, so I got my coal. Our steel plates are coming in, which is lovely. So now we can build burner drills. You can see it needs iron gear wheels, rather, the stone furnace, and iron plates. The iron gear wheels require 2 iron plates themselves as well, so I can build them directly, or if you just click on this, it'll queue up, and you can see at the bottom left corner, it queues up everything that you need to get this going. So we'll get some more of these burner mines going on, which is quite nice. And also what would be quite nice, where are the trees over here? I like that it's not too wooded of a map, because sometimes that gets a wee bit annoying. I'm going to want a little bit more wood. I don't need a ton right now, but I want a few more little wooden chests that we'll use as we go along. Actually, let's go ahead and just build them all. We'll use them all at some point, and that's going to be okay. So I'm also going to get a couple of mines over here to start producing steel. If I shift right-click, there we go, it'll put half a stack in there. So that'll go, and that'll dump there. Now, I could put the wooden chest down there, right, to start collecting this, but what I can do, this is quite easy, is I can put the furnaces right there. So the iron bits from here go directly into the furnace. They do need fuel. What I'm going to do at this point is just get rid of this one, pick up some more coal over here, and just drop half the coal in each one. So now anything that gets mined from here goes directly into here, where it starts to be smelted into iron plates. So now things are starting to get a little bit better. Can I build another burner drill? No, I need a few more. Let's make sure there's enough coal in here to keep going. We need a few more iron plates. There we go. We'll get another burner drill over here. Now, one of the things I keep having to do here is picking up the coal and then putting it in the burner drill to keep this thing powered up. One of the things you can do, though, is I can build another burner drill over here that dumps upwards, and I can take this one and rotate it down. So this one, as this one mines, it'll drop coal down here, and as this one mines, it'll drop coal in here, keeping them all fully fueled up. So now I can go ahead and just dismantle this, pick up the coal, and whenever I want, I can always just go and pick up any coal that's sitting around there, pick up the plates over here, and then I'm just going to go ahead and try to top off the coal in these things, and I don't need the iron ore, so I'm going to put it in there, grab some more of that, which is very lovely, and then we can grab some more coal, and that's also very nice. And what I'm going to do is I am going to need a little bit more stone. I don't really ever want to mine it by hand anymore. So I'm going to go over here. I've got everything I need to build another burner drill. So I'm just going to get, except the stone for the furnace. So I'm going to get 5 more stone out of this. Like so. I should actually turn down my own volume. You guys are probably getting some echo going on. How does that sound? Okay, a little bit better for me. We're going to put down we're going to build the miner drill. And there it's done. I'm just going to get it to go there. I'm going to put a little box over here. I'm going to load it up with some coal. I'll have to fill it up again later on, but now I can pick up the stone from here, which is going to be great. I'm just going to mine a little bit while I'm waiting here, because we're going to need to get some more drills going on soon. Just get a handful here. Oops, I should have finished the thing, but that's okay. All right, so that'll keep filling up some stone, which is going to be great. And I'll probably do a little bit more passes over here just to get sort of a critical mass of some stuff going on. Boop, boop. And let's do that. It'd be nice to get these completely filled up, but we're getting there. Okay. So the next thing will be to stop me from having to run around and do all this stuff and try to get a little bit of automation to get this all functional. So one thing you can do is you can build these transport belts, which is great. You can also build these inserters, which grab things and put them in. Now, the burner inserters need to be powered by coal. Now, it's kind of nice is that if they happen to be in a setup where they're grabbing coal, then they will make sure to feed themselves automatically and do that. But the downside is if whatever they're picking up and moving, if they never have access to coal, then eventually you'll have to go and top them off again, which is a wee bit inconvenient. Also, ultimately, I think we're going to need more of these burners here for just a little bit more coal production, because I'd really like to max a little bit more of this up. And we'll use these all at some point. Well, at some point we're going to stop using burner drills and go to electric, but we'll need them a little bit longer. So I'm actually going to make a little bit of a quad over here. There we go. So these will trickle in. No, this one's not turning the right way. There we go, like that. There we go, and they'll keep feeding each other. Excellent. So now we're going to get coal a bit faster, and I just want to make sure that these things don't run out. There we go. And we got quite a lot of metal plates. Excellent. So, the whole thing, you can get started right away as is, but really we want to go to electricity as quickly as possible. So the best way to do electricity early on, or really your only way to do electricity early on, is steam power, which requires water and a bunch of coal. And we can get that going. We got a few options. Actually, there's another coal patch down there, which will be quite convenient, I think, for giving us a few different options for our pathing later on, which is quite splendid. So what we're going to need is... we're going to need boilers. We're going to need steam engines. Looks like the boilers need stone furnaces, so we're going to need more stone. Luckily, we've got that going on, which is quite good. And we're going to need a whole lot of steel for our various pipes and things. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here. We're still... one drill is going to be plenty for this. It's going to be awesome. But I'm going to make sure to top off the coal so that it keeps going forever. So there we go. We got tons of stone furnace options, which is great. There is a ratio... actually, I guess we're going to need a little bit more stone, because, again, we need to make at least 13 boilers here, so we need 13 stone furnaces. There's a ratio of how much hot water you get out of one boiler versus sort of how much you need to keep a functional steam engine. And as it works out, the magic ratio is somewhere around 13 or 14 boilers will power 10 steam engines. And so that's what we're going to go for. So I'm going to go and I'm going to get started on my 13 boilers now. And then all we're going to need for the more steam engines is a lot more iron. Right, I keep saying steel. Steel comes later. We need more iron, which we are developing as is here. So we've got that coming along. Excellent. So I'll queue this up as well. We could go and get a little bit more of the iron plate production going on, but I think I'm going to be fine with this. We'll be a little bit more patient. Just wait for it to happen, but that's okay. So this is building a lot of pipes. We're going to need a few more things as well, so a little more iron. I'm wondering, since I got nothing else to do right now, I wonder if I can set up just a couple more iron mines. I mean, the burner drills are really not particularly useful for very long, so I kind of don't want to overcommit to that. But I suppose I could build another pair. There we go. That'll be fine. Just to get a few more steel plates early on. I mean, we have to use some of the resources to do this, but I think that's going to be okay. So you're going to do that. We'll keep them nice and lined up just because it feels good. We'll put you in there, and we'll put you in there, and then you guys are going to get started. Up, 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 up. All right, good. So that is 6 engines. We want 4 more. Just waiting on the iron here. I guess we'll build that now because we've got nothing else going on. I don't think it's waiting for the steel, but just in case. Actually, because you can get the time. Where can you get information about how quickly this works? Mining power 2.5, mining speed 0.35. I don't know what that means, actually. So you can see there's an electric mining drill here, which has more power and more speed. Is that like how much it produces per tick, and then the speed is how quickly it ticks? It's probably something like that. So the electric ones are clearly a lot faster. Also, they don't need to be loaded with coal, which is quite nice. So that's part of the incentive there. More coal. 1, 2 steam engines. I guess I'll, oops. Oh, I broke my pick. Definitely going to want another one of those. Later on, you can build better picks as well. That I don't know if they mine faster. They might. But I think they also last longer. Like an actual steel pick as opposed to an iron pick. And I guess we can get stats on the furnaces as well. Crafting speed 1. And then over here we can find out that an iron plate takes 3.5 seconds to build. So presumably at crafting speed 1, it will take 3.5 seconds to build. So yeah, I don't know how to like math this part. Oh, just mousing over here gets this stuff. Mining power 2.5, mining speed. So, and I'm assuming more speed is more better. It's not, it doesn't say mining time, it says mining speed. Yeah, I don't know how that all works out. 3 more. Oh, actually, not 3 more. Just 1 more. You can click on here to cancel some things. So there we go. 13 boilers, 10 steam engines. That's great. We still need an offshore pump. Oh, which needs an electric circuit. Whoopsie. All right, well, we'll get some of that. I think I'll just manually build this one here. So let me go and do that. Let's get another stone furnace. We're going to need a good amount of stone furnaces, so that's okay. So I'm going to mine a wee bit of copper ore here. And I guess I'll just put the stone furnace on the ground. We're going to put in the copper ore and a little bit of iron plates. So this will get us copper plates. So we can't smelt on our own, but as is, I can build everything. So I'll just keep getting a little bit more copper ore here because we'll need it just while the smelting job is going around. There we go. So we got 4 copper plates. We can use that to build circuits, which we are indeed going to need for this offshore pump. Excellent. I'm going to want, okay, we've got extra pipes, which is great. I'm going to build, actually, I'm going to build all 3 of these pipes to ground. It'll just make our life a little bit easier. Each one of these pipe to ground does need 10 actual pipes. But the advantage is they run underground. That's why they're called that, and that will make our life considerably easier. We're also needing a bunch of burner inserters. Specifically, we're going to need 10. So right-clicking does 13. 1, 2, 3 over here to get started. Yeah, that's it. And then we'll need some transport belts, which is even more steel. But I can get most of the process done. So we'll do that and then queue up the transport belts. So you do get 2 per, so that's quite nice. Okay, do I just want to build it here? Maybe up here, because I think we could do 2 chains next to each other, which will be quite nice. And I think I'll just build them long as is. So first thing you need is you need your water intake pipe over here, your pump. Then those will go into boilers. And I think I'll just go and put all 13 boilers in a row like that. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the underground pipe like this to give us a little gap to walk through, because I can't walk through these and I can't walk through rows of engines. Then I'm going to go and put 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, did I get the ratio wrong? Is it 10 boilers to 13 engines? It actually might be that. I might have gotten it the wrong way around. Well, in any case, it'll be fine. So, do I want to encroach on this field? I think it's fine, actually. And barely any encroachment as well. Okay, good. So the blinking warnings here is complaining about the fact that it's not hooked up to any sort of electric grid right now. So we will fix that soon. It actually would be quite handy to be able to build another burner mining drill here. Let me go and do that, because we are going to need a few more copper plates than I was thinking. So we'll set up just a singleton little automated mine here for the copper into the smelter. Let's get you maximum coal. Coal, and then pick up a few more copper plates, because we're going to need that for some power cables. We're also going to need a little bit more wood to get started. There we go. Well, we'll have electricity up before the end of this video, which I think will be swell. Excellent. So let's just build a bunch of electric poles, and that'll be sweet. Okay. So that's good. These things, the pump just works automatically as far as I know. The boilers need fuel, though. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to bring coal to these boilers, and we're going to use these conveyor belts to do that. Then we're going to use these burner inserters. So the burner inserters are powered by coal, but if they pick up coal, they will go ahead and feed themselves first. These inserters have a direction. You can rotate them, but they grab from the flat part and then send it towards the arrow. So any coal that comes here, they will feed themselves to make sure they keep operating, and then we'll dump into the burners that will get us hot water to run our engines, which is going to be lovely. We need a bunch more transport belts, though, because we need to be able to bring coal all the way from our coal source, and that's going to need a decent amount of steel plates, which we are still producing. Boom, 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 boom. I'm going to do that. I'm going to make sure that these things get topped off so that we don't stop producing. Yeah, I think we need a lot more coal for the burners than the mining drills. I mean, ultimately, you just keep everything topped off here until we get to the automated state, which is going to be lovely. More plates. We're going to need lots of transport belts in the future. So more is fine. So I'm trying to think, like, this particular coal belt that we're going to send over here, I don't think is going to be... Oh, you know what? I know exactly what's going to happen. Okay, once we get the splitters and things. For now, because we can't build splitters as is, right? No, we can't. Okay, that's okay. We'll get things started. So I'm going to get a line that goes kind of like this. And then goes up and sideways. There we go. So as soon as we get coal on this belt, this should all start to work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate this one so that they feed each other still. And then these two, I'm actually going to, I'll just rotate them for now. So they're not feeding into anything anymore. Instead, they're going to dump onto this belt. And actually, I'm going to want them going, I think, here because of reasons for later. There we go. So now coal is going to start going down over here. We are going to need more than this in the future, but for now, this is going to be fine. And what I'm going to do, just to help kickstart this, you run a little faster if you run on the conveyor belt in the right direction. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to dump some coal into some of these boilers. We don't need a lot of power early on, so these are going to be sufficient to start getting the water hotter, I think. Okay, so now we've got, we need our electric poles. Okay, so the blue area is the area that is covered by the electric poles and provides power. So these are still complaining because they're not actually connected to anything that draws power. But that will be the next step. So let's get a bit more of this. Let's get some more coal out of these things. Let's make sure you guys have plenty of coal powering you, because eventually you will run out, but we're going to fix that soon. Can I start building the electric ones? I can, actually. You know what? And we're going to start doing that. We need more electronic circuits, which is what I'm going to go and fix just in a moment here. Oh, yeah, right. I can't take the coal out of you. Go back in there. And some of that. Okay, I've got enough. I just need to make sure that the coal production is still happening. You can power your stuff with wood as well. It doesn't only has to be coal, but the coal lasts a lot more. There we go. So lots of that. So now we need a bunch of electronic circuits. Good. Okay, which are going to be built automatically for the electric drills. So we'll get a bunch of these. That's going to be fine. Get that stretched out a wee bit more. You don't have any coal in you. That's okay. You know what? We're going to... It's kind of past the edge of these burner drills here. So these are electric drills. They will grab anything underneath the green area, which is interesting because you can space them out a bit. And they don't drill faster based on how much is underneath them or anything like that. It's just a question of when they will run out of stuff. So let's go ahead and just get rid of these burners. I don't know what we'll do with them, but... So we can do this and leave a gap, because if you leave them close together, then what happens, you can't run through them anymore, and that's, you know, kind of annoying. So if I go and build a power thing here, that will reach all of them. And then if you just hold down the mouse button and move, it'll build them at correct intervals along the way. But obviously need a little bit more, and I think it's... Oh no, I've got enough. Good, 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 good. So we're going to build lots of those. There we go. So there we go. So no more complaints over here because now there's a power draw. And these are being powered up, which is great. If we check the electrical network, it's got a full bar over there. There's not much drain. Production way outpaces the requirements. If ever this green bar of electricity over on the right is less than full, then things won't work at optimal conditions. But for now, we're going to be okay. So we're going to be filling both sides of this particular thing with coal. Is that actually what I want to do? Yeah, it's going to be kind of annoying until I get splitters. Unless I just build a second coal route, which I may. All right, so I've got a bunch of coal in storage. The water is approaching boiling. There we go. It's just shy of 100 degrees and climbing slightly. So I think... Oh, and that's without all the boilers going. Yeah, it is. I think it's 10 boilers to 13 engines. I think I got it wrong over here. I'll leave it be as is. We may go ahead and make a change later on. But yeah, I think I remembered the ratio wrong. And there's a lot of little extra like optimization ratios that people have figured out that I don't know. This is going to be one of the rare ones that I do have. So I'm going to keep just this right now is all the copper we're going to need for a good part of the game. I'm going to go and do a quick little rundown to our stone area and just make sure to get that topped off with coal as well, which I still have here. Because we are going to need some more stone, not a lot. But we are going to need a few more stone furnaces. So yeah, I'm just going to max this out, grab a ton of stone over here, and that is good and lovely. Now, at some point, we're going to want to start doing research, which actually, I can start doing these science packs now. Can I build the science lab? I can. Good. Okay, so I'm going to go and get probably just a couple of labs going on right now. Because what we need to do is we need to start teching up. And because at very least I want to start getting some splitters so that we can get our mass production going on. So what we're going to do is we're going to get these science labs. We're going to get 2 of them built, put them down. We're going to throw some manually produced science packs in there. And what we are going to do is we'll end the video at that point. So at some point this coal line, by the way, is going to start getting a backlog. It's probably already started, I suspect. Yeah, there we go. Because we don't actually need that much. And you can actually see the burners operating over here and not necessarily need to work very hard because the engines only basically use the boiled water, drain off the temperature. I think that the temperature always sort of leaks out a little bit just naturally, but the engines only run based on the electrical load right now. So right now, one of these boilers is sufficient to produce all the hot water we need for all the electricity we need. But at some point that will stop being the case. But I think I may have got my ratio inverted. I don't know, I might still be wrong. We'll have to see. Later on when our electricity is like being overconsumed, it'll be interesting to see how many boilers are in use to power all the engines. It might stop at like 8 or 9 for the ratio, or maybe I'll just look it up on the wiki and then see what the thinking is. But you can see the backlog is starting to happen here. There we go. We got our science labs down. Science labs do need electricity, so I'm just going to plop them down. This is not going to be their permanent location anyway, but we can always move them later on. As soon as you put your first one down, it prompts you for what your first research shall be. These are all the things we can research in here, including lots of rocketry stuff, rocket silos. But you can see, like, the tech required to get there is crazy. The yellow ones are ones we can research at this time, and you can see what it unlocks. Automation here would unlock the assembling machine, which builds things for us, which is really nice. I'm going to start with logistics first, though, because this will unlock the splitter. Also, the fast inserter and the underground belts, which are all very handy things. But this takes 20 science packs and 15 units of time to research 1 unit in the lab. So this is going to be 15 times 20. 10 times 10, so a lot shorter, for example. Different things will take different amounts, but this is what I want first. I'm going to put down another science lab there. I think these you can actually walk through if they're next to each other. Some you can, some you can't, but I think, yeah, we can clip in enough here that I think it allows you to walk through. And I'm going to go and put some science packs in there, which is what you need for the research to actually happen, and the logistics will start. And that sounds very, very, very lovely to me. So we're going to go ahead and put a cut in here. Next episode, we are going to build up a fully automated metal plate and copper plate production. Because what we would like to do, your first goal is to get up to the point where, I mean, ideally, more of these things are being built automatically, but specifically that your science packs are being built automatically, right? Instead of me having to build them and keep putting them in here, you want them to get automatically built, which is one of the things you get with the automation, right? This assembling machine can build things for you. It can build anything that only requires 2 ingredients. And this science pack only requires 2 ingredients. It requires copper plates and iron gear wheels. So if we can build iron gear wheels with just iron plates. So you get one assembly line making iron gear wheels automatically for you, and another one building science packs automatically for you, which is quite swell, actually. Let's go and get some more science packs in there, and there we go. So when we come back, we will hopefully have, that'll be the next step, initial automation, to get to the point where the red science is being produced automatically for us so we can tech up 2 or 3 things. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. No aliens yet. Excellent.